Hey 49ers fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome into our final 49ers rumors and news video before the NFL draft. We're just a couple of days away depending on when you watch this video, and there's still a lot of buzz happening not only around the NFL, but of course your San Francisco 49ers. So we got 5 big rumors today. Let's jump right into the first one, and this one revolves around A.J. Brown, the wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Is A.J. Brown hinting on social media that he wants to go to San Francisco? Listen, it's very simple. 49ers need wide receiver help, and on many mock drafts have the 49ers taking a wide receiver possibly in the second round at number 36 overall, which is the 49ers' second of their 6 picks in this year's draft. So, let's jump right into it. Let's throw up what Jerry Rice, you might know who he is, posted on Instagram. Apparently he went on a run and ran into A.J. Brown. You see there's Jerry Rice right there in the picture, and there is A.J. Brown. You look to the right side on his Instagram, Jerry Rice says, if you try on the rings, be totally committed, at A.J. Brown's social media account, make your dreams come true. Look at the response from A.J. Brown. He says, right there in yellow, San Francisco, it is then with a heart. Now listen, I know it's social media, and you can speculate all you want until it actually happens and it comes true, but we know the Niners do need a wide receiver. We know they're very interested in getting a wide receiver, and many mock drafts have A.J. Brown being there in the second round for the 49ers to take. And this is just if anything, a good sign for 49ers fans that people want to go to San Francisco. Now, it's not a surprise, but if A.J. Brown wants to be there, there is no reason why the Niners wouldn't take him if he's available at number 36 overall. The Golden Nugget probability meter of the Niners taking A.J. Brown, to me, is probably about 4 Golden Nuggets. Now, that's high on the list. If he's there at 36, I think they 100% take him. Now, the odds are he might be drafted late first round, depending on some mocks I've seen. But like I said, if he's there at 36, I am all for going out and drafting A.J. Brown and getting him into this wide receiver core that really could use another big name, and I think A.J. Brown could be that guy. What do you guys think? What wide receiver do you guys want the 49ers to draft this Thursday night coming up in the NFL draft? We have some more news later on about how they could move up in the first round, which could also factor into the 49ers taking a wide receiver. But if you guys had to pick any of the wide receivers in this year's draft, which one would you guys want to take? Let me know. Now, second rumor revolves around Kyler Murray, and I feel like I've talked about this a lot. I kept saying Kyler Murray's a lock to go number 1. I still believe that, but there is some news that Murray might not be going number 1 after all, and that could affect the 49ers. Now, the Cardinals have been linked to Murray at number 1 for months, guys. Like, I've said on this show, he's guaranteed to go number 1. That's what I've been hearing from scouts. That's what I've been hearing from my sources. He's gonna go number 1. But now, and I'll show you the article in a second, or the quote in a second, the rumors are that he might not be taken by the Cardinals. The Cardinals could go defense at 1, which would affect the 49ers at 2. If the Cardinals go defense at 1, most likely Nick Bosa. And that would mean you're either going to have to take Quinnen Williams, which we've debated back and forth about how much I love him. You guys, I've read the comments, not so much. But it could also mean the Niners could trade out of number 2 if someone wants to move up to go get Kyler Murray, right? Because if Murray slides past 1, the report is a lot of teams are already making phone calls to see about moving up and going to get him. There's also a scenario where someone trades into 1 with the Cardinals to go get Kyler Murray as well. So that's all going to affect the 49ers when it comes to draft night, because maybe Bosa's not there at 2, and a lot of people think that's who they have their eye on. Here is the report from CBS's Pete Prisco on Murray. I'll throw up the quote right now. It said, initially, the ownership pursued for Kyler Murray. It's the Cardinals' ownership. That much I know. I was told that. The reason they did is they were having a hard time selling tickets. Well, they put it out there. Arizona was lukewarm to it. So now, all of a sudden, they're pulling back, and from what I've been told, they're going to go in a different direction. They're not going to draft Kyler Murray. Now, CBS's Pete Prisco is a very highly recognized reporter in the NFL world. So when he says something, it's not like we just toss it to the side. To me, it's tough to say that this all depends on ticket sales. Like they threw out the idea of drafting Murray, but then the ticket sales didn't come up, so they're like, okay, whatever, we'll get someone else. It's not like Nick Bosa is going to drive up more ticket sales than Kyler Murray would. So not exactly 100% sure on that. The Golden Nugget probability meter of them not taking Kyler Murray, I'd put it at 3 Nuggets because, the report is out there, but I will stand by what I've said on this show. The Cardinals will be taking Kyler Murray number 1 overall, leaving the Niners with any defensive player that they want. Bosa or Williams will be the pick, and we'll have to see and wait on draft night. But if Murray isn't picked, At 1, it's going to get very, very interesting in the early minutes of the 2019 NFL Draft. Now, talked about A.J. Brown earlier, and I know there'll be a lot of comments saying he won't be there at 36, we won't get him in the second round. Well, there's new reports or rumors surfacing that the 49ers could want to trade back into the first round using their second round pick. So, they only have 6 picks, so it's going to be a little bit hard to do. But with number 36 overall, you can kind of dangle that to teams here late in the first round to possibly move into the top 20. You probably wouldn't be able to move it back into the teens, but from 20 on back, there are some teams that are interested in trading back. Seahawks, Pittsburgh are 2 of them that you could move into their slot to possibly go get a guy that you want, like A.J. Brown. So this is what a possible trade would look like if we traded with the Steelers, okay? The Niners would give up 36 overall, 67 overall, and a 2026th round draft pick, whereas Pittsburgh would give up number 20 overall, so there's your swap there, 141, and then a 5th rounder. This, I would like to see it happen if they're zeroed in on a guy that they 100% want and won't be there in the second round at 36 overall. Because remember, 36 overall is not that far removed from the first round. It's four picks or whatever. If they really want a receiver, and if A.J. Brown is that receiver and they know someone's going to be there in the 20s to take him, then this could be a possible scenario. Now, it will cost a lot, right? 36, 67 overall, and then your 2026. But if you were to get, with the second overall pick, a star defensive player, and then you go get a star offensive player with the number 2 with your second round draft pick, I'm okay with getting rid of some of those picks. I'm curious what you guys think, because I think the Golden Nugget probability meter here is about 2 nuggets based on the fact that they only have 6 picks. Like I said earlier, you're spending a lot of what you essentially don't have. But would you guys be interested in the Niners technically trading up, but trading back into the first round, using that second round draft pick to go and get a player that they really want? This is the big question today. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that one, because I'm a little bit torn on it. I like it if the player's good, but then there's no guarantee the player's going to be good, and you're going to spend more draft picks, which you don't have, so I'm kind of up in the air on that one. Let's just focus on number 2 overall for night 1, and then we'll get into the second round draft pick a little bit later on. Now, a wide receiver, a lot of pre-draft visits happening for the 49ers, but there could be some hints that the Niners could be looking to double down on wide receivers in this year's draft. They just had a meeting with Keyshawn Johnson, the wide receiver out of Fresno State. We know the Niners need help at wide receiver. We know they only have 6 picks. So, could it be that the Niners might take multiple wide receivers in this year's draft? Now, here's Keyshawn Johnson's profile. It's not saying that Keyshawn Johnson's the guy that they've narrowed in. He's just one of the people that they have done a pre-draft interview with. He was once top 10 in the nation in catches and receiving yards last year, 8 touchdowns in 2018. The speed was a little bit low at the combine. That is going to concern people and drop him back in the draft, but the good catch radius is something that we would all want. But the question is, will the Niners take multiple wide receivers to really try and shore up the offensive weapons for Jimmy Garoppolo? It's a passing league. In the NFL right now, you need a quarterback who can sling it, we have, and you need wide receivers who can go out and make plays, which we really don't. So, could this be the draft, which is not a bad wide receiver draft class? It's better than people think. There's a lot of places you could go and a lot of guys you could take later in rounds to plug in, but could the Niners be interested in taking 2 wide receivers in this year's draft? I think so. It'd be tough to go second and your third round pick with wide receivers, but maybe a second and then a later round pick would make a lot of sense for San Francisco. So what do you guys think? How many wide receivers should they draft in this year's NFL draft? Just go down in the comments, just type down there and let me know in the comments down below. Finally, a little bit of contract news here. We didn't get a lot of this during the NFL draft week, but Joe Staley's contract has come into the headlines. Could he be getting a new contract soon? We know that Joe Staley's contract ends after this year, and the 49ers technically drafted his heir apparent Michael McGlinchey last year, like 8 overall. But Joe apparently seems not worried about getting a new deal. Here's a quote that you throw up right here from Joe Staley. He said, quote, "We haven't had any discussions. I made it very clear to think everybody that I want to play as long as I can. I still love the game, and I feel like I can play at a high level, still feel like I'm valued on the football team." Now, Joe Staley's career profile, 6-time Pro Bowler. He started all 174 games he has played in. He's played in 13 seasons, right? Left tackles have shown that they can be good, or offensive linemen in general, maybe a left tackle, offensive linemen in general have shown that they can be good for many, many years. The question is, will they give him a new contract? It's looking like they might not. They might let him play out this year and then see what happens. Maybe in the draft they pick someone in the second round. Maybe they draft another replacement. I really don't know what they're going to do with the offensive line, guys. This one is interesting. And Staley, it's kind of the politically correct thing to say, right? We haven't talked about it, but I want to be with the team. I feel good in my body, right? Like, my body's ready to go. That's what they all say. So I don't know how to rate this. Do you guys think? I'll leave it up to you guys. Do you guys think the 49ers should re-sign Joe Staley to a contract extension, or is it going to be a let him play out the final year and then we'll let him walk in 2020 and then see how the offensive line looks in terms of drafting or free agency or in terms of who we draft this year? I don't know. That's what you guys are here for, to let me know in the comments down below. Guys, we're almost there, right? We've had months and months and months of leading up to this draft. It's technically, when this video goes out, it'll be like a day or two away, but depending on when you watch it, it could be hours away. So, you'll always subscribe to Chat Sports down below. And for Chat Sports, again, I'm Thomas Mott. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy draft week. Let's go get some good picks with our 6 picks in this year's draft for the 49ers. Signing out. Enjoy the rest of your day.